Alright there guys, and welcome back to another video. Today, I am going to be reviewing LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. And straight off the bat, I'm going to be comparing it to LEGO Star Wars, the complete saga, a lot. Which makes perfect sense if you think about it. So what I'd like to start off with was the things that I did like about the game. So starting off, the first thing I really did like about this game is the music. In my opinion, the music is perfect. It's as quintessentially Star Wars as you can get. All the pieces of music from the 9 movies are in this game. It's got the main theme song of Star Wars. It's got the Duel of the Fates music from the Darth Maul fight. It's got Battle of the Heroes when Obi-Wan and Anakin fight. It's got the music that plays when Yoda and the Emperor are fighting. It's got so much incredible music from all the movies. You'd hope so, with it being a Star Wars game. But yeah, the music, perfect. Possibly the greatest Star Wars game ever in terms of music. The second thing that I liked about this game was the sound design. I think the sound design was really, really good. The blasters sound just like they do in the movies. Certain characters' blasters that have different sounds to the rest of them, also, that detail was put in. Like how Han Solo's blaster sounds different to basically all of the others. Although disappointingly, some of the other blasters in the game also sound the same as Han Solo's, which kind of takes away from it, since in the complete saga, only Han Solo's blaster sounded like it does. The sound of the lightsabers sound exactly as you'd expect them to. And the ships sound exactly as you'd expect them to, including when the ships are using their own blasters. They sound exactly as they did in the movies. So yeah, music and sound design, perfect in this game. The next thing I liked about this game was... Now, you're going to have to hear me out on this one. Vehicle levels. I know. Vehicle levels typically are the worst parts of every LEGO game. The only other LEGO game where I don't mind the vehicle levels is the first LEGO Batman. But yeah, vehicle levels in this game are not actually that bad. Like, I actually think the final level of A New Hope, which is Luke in his X-Wing destroying the Death Star, I actually think this game does that level better than what the complete saga does that level. And also, getting True Jedi, which is when you collect a certain amount of studs, the vehicle levels in this game are by far the easiest levels in the game to get True Jedi on. It's very easy to get True Jedi on these levels. But I do have to knock a point off at least because of the Anakin pod racing level from the Phantom Menace. In the complete saga, that's actually a fairly fun level. In this game, it's absolutely horrific. The freaking level is in first person for some reason. Don't know why that is. and it's so hard to control. It might just be the worst vehicle level I've ever played in any Lego game. It is terrible. And the final thing, but yeah, most of the vehicle levels are quite similar. Or as you'd expect, they're all in space. Well, most of them are in space. Obviously, the one from the Battle of Hoth isn't. But the vehicle levels are fairly fun because they don't drag on like they sometimes do in the complete saga. And the gunship cavalry mission from the complete saga, which is like the worst mission in that game, that's not even in Attack of the Clones in this game. They decided to just make it a cutscene rather than make you play a level for it. And the final thing I enjoyed about this game was, now you're really, really gonna have to hear me out on this one, the sequel trilogy. I know, the sequel trilogy is terrible. The Force Awakens was alright. The Last Jedi was an abomination, and The Rise of Skywalker was a failure at being able to correct the abomination that came before it. But in this game, the sequel trilogy isn't actually half bad. Like, the sequel trilogy is actually somewhat enjoyable in this game than it is actually watching the three movies. Because I've only ever watched the sequel trilogy movies once each, and that's when each of them came out in the cinema, back in 2015, 2017, and 2019. I haven't watched any of the sequel trilogy movies since they all came out in the cinema. But it's actually not the levels and worlds of this game for the sequel trilogy ain't actually that bad, because you don't really have to care too much about the story of the movies. Obviously, the story is the same because that's what Lego games are always faithful to the whatever movies there. The game is adapting into Lego form. But yeah, the sequel trilogy isn't that bad in this game. It's way more enjoyable than it is to watch. But that is all the good things I really didn't like about this game. But now we have to get into the things I didn't like about the game. Number one, the camera. For some reason, this game's camera is completely different to literally every other Lego game. Every other Lego game has you somewhat zoomed out, so you can see like a big part of the area, and you can see all the characters on screen at once that you're playing as. In this game, the camera has a over-the-shoulder, third-person shooter type camera, which only makes sense because when you're playing as a character with a blaster, you can actually aim the blaster and shoot at enemies. And you and the enemies no longer have hearts as your health, like in basically every single other Lego game. Instead, you now have a health bar, and no enemy now can be taken down in one hit. It takes at least 2 hits to kill some enemies, and more than that to kill others. The game also has a combo feature where enemies can start blocking your melee attacks, so you have to press a different button to break through their guard. This new combo mechanic actually is worth it. I think it was actually a good idea, because if you can keep the combo going for as long as possible on different, because the combo doesn't just count for one enemy. You can use the combo on. You can take one enemy out and then start attacking another enemy to keep this combo going, because you earn studs through these combos. And the longer the combo goes on, the better the studs. you'll get a couple. Sometimes you get a couple of gold studs. Then you'll get a couple of gold studs plus a blue stud. Then you'll get one blue stud. If you can keep going even further, sometimes you can get 3 blue studs. And also, True Jedi has been changed slightly. It's still the same thing. You collect as many studs as possible to get it. But instead of being a black cylindrical bar that turns more gold the more studs you collect, instead they've changed it to where there's now 3 different bars. There's a white one, a blue one, and a purple one. And you get a blue brick, because these are the main collectibles in this game, blue bricks, and there's a whopping 1,200 of them, and no, I have not collected all of them, not even a tenth. I've only collected just barely over a tenth of them. I've collected like 130 something blue bricks overall. And the 6 blue bricks in every single level. You can get 3 from doing True Jedi, 1 from doing 3 challenges, because all 3 levels, 45 levels in the game have 3 challenges in them each. But it doesn't tell you what these challenges are. So so I completed plenty of challenges in this freaking game without knowing what I'd just done. Because it doesn't tell you, because even when you beat him, it just tells you what the challenge is called after you've already beaten it. It doesn't tell you what you had to do to complete it. See, I completed a lot of challenges and had no idea what I'd actually done to complete it. Each level also has 5 mini kits in it instead of 10 like most games. I only collected all 5 mini kits in one level, and that was the very first level in the game. Collecting all mini kits also gives you another gold brick. So that's 5, and then the other blue brick. And the other blue brick is collected by, beating the level. So you're guaranteed a minimum of 1 brick, blue brick, every single time you complete a level. But yeah, that's the camera. Another thing I don't like about this game is, it's not something I supposedly dislike. It's just this is more of a Lego game thing in general. It's voice acting. In 2012, when Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes came out, for the first time ever, Lego games introduced voice acting. It's been 13 years since then, so voice acting has been a staple of Lego games for a long time now, and that's the way it'll stay. This game's voice acting isn't necessarily bad. I don't think it's bad. I mean, Darth Vader and Kylo Ren, when they're wearing their mask and helmets, sound identical to what they do in the movies, which is great. Even the Emperor sounds really close to what Ian McDiarmid did when he was playing the Emperor. But voice acting, I mean, the older Lego games, there was a certain charm about older Lego games that didn't have voice acting, that these ones just cannot replicate with voice acting. Now, the developers did put in an option for this game to turn off the voice acting and have the characters just mumble like they did in the old games, but it doesn't give off the same feeling and charm, because it still shows the subtitles of what the characters are actually saying anyway, even if you turned off voice acting. So it kind of you haven't really turned it off. But yeah, that's just a small nitpick. I don't mind the voice acting too much. The next thing I don't like about this game is it tries way too hard to be funny. My God, way too hard. Every single scene has to have some sort of joke or gag in it. All of them. I don't know why. It's really annoying, because some of the older Lego games knew when to be serious and knew when they could be funny. This game doesn't know when to be serious. It never tries to be. When Luke is looking out into the distance towards the beginning of A New Hope on Tatooine, at those 2 suns, similar to the ones Rey looks at the end of Rise of Skywalker, it plays some emotional music over the top, doesn't it? But in this game, Ben Kenobi just basically freaking yanks Luke by the collar to basically just ruin the moment, which sucks. Another serious moment is when the Emperor says, "Execute Order 66." But because this game cannot resist trying to be funny at every given opportunity, he says "Execute Order 67" by accident, and all the clone troopers start dancing. Remember how big of a moment "Execute Order 66" actually was in Revenge of the Sith? And it got reduced to a freaking stupid dance scene before he said Order 66. Like, this game just does not know when. This game is like a modern Marvel movie trying to be funny at every given opportunity. Never trying to be serious at any point ever. Now the next thing, boss fights. Now I don't dislike all the boss fights in this game. I think some of them are actually really good. Like Yoda versus Palpatine, I really enjoyed that one. Rey versus Kylo Ren right at the end of Rise of Skywalker, I liked that one. The fight with Darth Maul was quite good as well. And because the enemies have health bars instead of hearts, basically every enemy has like multiple health. Every boss battle has multiple health bars that you have to take down. But you can do like some cool combos on the boss battles to take down a lot of their health really quickly. But there's one boss fight in particular I really don't like in this game. And it's my favourite fight in the old franchise from the movies. It's Obi-Wan versus Anakin. In the complete saga, you actually can play as both Obi-Wan or Anakin, and you're running through the level while fighting each other. And you can actually defeat Obi-Wan as Anakin in that game, which if you do that, the cutscene that plays is just like a couple extra seconds longer than normal, where Anakin knocks Obi-Wan to the ground, but then Obi-Wan gets back up and then the cutscene plays like normal. In this time round, Anakin has 5 health bars, the longest boss fight in the game, and half of it is Obi-Wan fighting Anakin. The other half is you playing as R2-D2 and C-3PO, doing those two individual little specific puzzles. Like, why are we breaking the immersion of the fight over and over just for a small little puzzle? Like, the complete saga does a significantly better job at this fight than the Skywalker saga did. So yeah, boss fights are more of it. They can be hit and miss. I did enjoy some, didn't enjoy others. Next up, we've got how ginormous this game is. Like, this game's freaking levels. Each movie only has 5 levels, so they try and pad these movies out by making parts of the movies just hub world levels to try and pad these levels out a bit more, which I'm not a big fan of. And the final thing I want to talk about is more of a nitpick than anything else, and it's kiss scenes. There are 10 kiss scenes throughout the 9 Star Wars movies. Anakin and Padme on Geonosis, Anakin and Padme at the end of Attack of the Clones, Anakin and Padme at the start of Revenge of the Sith, Luke and Leia in Empire Strikes Back, Han and Leia in Empire Strikes Back, Han and Leia in Empire Strikes Back again, Han and Leia at the start of Return of the Jedi, Han and Leia at the end of Return of the Jedi, Finn and Rose in The Last Jedi, and then Rey and Kylo Ren at the end of Rise of Skywalker. Not a single one of these scenes is recreated in this game. Like, all the Lego games weren't afraid to... If there was a kiss scene in the movie, the Lego game wasn't afraid to then recreate the scene in their games. Hell, the complete saga has Han and Leia's kiss from the start of the Return of the Jedi. But they took that out for this game. Why are you so scared to show things that already existed in other Lego games? Elsa and Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade, in the first Lego Indiana Jones game, that scene was recreated. Batman and Catwoman in the first Lego Batman, that was recreated. I just don't get it. Why Lego games are so afraid to have kiss scenes anymore, but that's just a nitpick of mine, personally. And that is gonna do it for my review of Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Overall, is this game worth playing? Yes, I'd say this game is worth playing. It was free on PS Plus in July of 2024, which is how I got to start playing it. Although I didn't play it for too long, and I actually gave up halfway through Revenge of the Sith because I just thought this just ain't it. But then, at the end of May and start of June, I came back to the game this year and played through the rest of the levels, and wow, this game is so short. This game is so short in terms of its levels. I beat Revenge of the Sith, the second half of Revenge of the Sith, all of A New Hope, all of Empire Strikes Back, all of Return of the Jedi, all of The Force Awakens, all of The Last Jedi, and all of Rise of Skywalker in like 11 days. That's it. But yeah, I'd say this game is still worth playing if you like Lego games, and if you enjoyed Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. I'd say it's still worth playing. But that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please be sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. And until we meet again, see you in the next one.